This is Miss White, and today I'm going to show you how to fill out your dialogue journal. So first you're going to click on classwork, then find dialogue journal and click on that. It's going to be a document that yours is going to look a little different from mine, but ultimately it will look like this once you open it. So I'm going to read what I wrote to you right now and point some things out to you. So first of all, in any letter, you need to say who you're writing to. So in this case, I just said, Dear you. So when you're writing back to me, you need to start, Dear Miss White, because you're writing to me. So here's what I wrote to you. Dear you, I'm so glad to have you in my class this year. One of my favorite things about teaching is learning about and learning from my lovely students. I can't wait to get to know you. Let me tell you a few things about me. Number 1, if I were a billionaire, I would travel. So far, I've been to 15 countries. Sweden, Norway, Denmark, South Korea, Japan, China, Thailand, France, Germany, Switzerland, Canada, Mexico, Hungary, Luxembourg, and Belgium. When it's safer to travel again, I'd love to go to Colombia, Australia, Egypt, and so many other places. It would be so cool to go to every continent. I'd love to hear about where you've been and where you want to go. Number 2, I like trying things that push my limits. I love scary movies and video games that make me jump, food so spicy they make me cry, and roller coasters that make me feel like my stomach's in my throat. In middle school though, I hated all these things. Now I like to see how brave I can be. 3, I'm a serious music lover and I listen to every genre, that's the type of music. I also play violin, ukulele, and guitar. I've been in 3 bands and played on a few albums. My husband and I were in a band together. Music's how we met. In college, I worked as a radio DJ. I love talking to students about music. My students always teach me about great music I've never heard before. And 4, I'm a bookaholic. You should see my house. Books, books, books everywhere, even in the dining room and bathroom. I read at least 100 books a year. Please write back and tell me a few things about you, or ask me any questions. Whatever you write will stay between us. This journal can be whatever you want it to be, so write about anything you'd like. I can't wait to hear back from you. And then do you see at the bottom, I put a dash and my name so that you know. So what you would do is you would write, Dear Ms. White, and put a comma. Then you can write about something that I talked about. You can write about something that you want to talk about. So like, for example, you could be like, okay, Miss White talked about traveling. I could talk about places that I've been. Miss White talked about video games. I could talk about those. She talked about music. I could talk about that. She talked about books. I could talk about books. Or if you don't like any of those things, just talk about whatever you want. This is your opportunity to write whatever you want to me. So you would write blah 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 blah, and then when you're done, you're going to put that and then your name. So student name, and then you have to click turn in at the top. So mine says return because I'm the teacher, but yours at the top will say something like turn in. Ignore all this green stuff. I'm going to keep writing to you at the bottom. So I will write back to you underneath where you wrote. So I would go, Dear student, whatever your name is, and then write back to you. So you see how we're adding to the bottom so that by the end of the year it's going to be like 40 pages long maybe? Who knows? I'm going to write back to you every week. If you write more to me, that's great, and I'll try to write back. The reason we're doing this is 1, to practice writing, and 2, just so that I get to know you better, and the better I know you, the more I can help you. So that's why we do dialogue journal.